This is LexisNexis. I'm trying to look it up. I don't have it printed off.
Give me 1 second, I'll be right with you.
A head, R tail.
Okay. Step out of the vehicle. Turn around, put your hands behind your back. Because, ma'am, you're driving entirely too fast for conditions. You put a lot of people's lives in jeopardy, okay?
On April 7, 2018, in Roswell, Georgia, a routine traffic stop unfolded into a complex legal saga. Officer Courtney Brown and Officer Christy Wilson of the Roswell Police Department stopped Sarah Webb for alleged speeding. What began as a standard procedure quickly spiraled into a contentious situation, challenging the boundaries of police discretion and ethical conduct. This incident, rooted in a simple traffic violation, evolved into a significant legal and ethical dilemma. On that fateful morning, Sarah Webb, hurrying to her job in Duluth, Georgia, found herself pulled over by Officer Courtney Brown. The reason? Speeding along the rain-slicked roads. Officer Brown's approach to Webb's car set a stern tone for the encounter. Webb, caught off guard, tried to explain her haste, but Officer Brown was focused on the alleged reckless driving, emphasizing the danger posed by Webb's high speed in inclement weather. The interaction intensified as Officer Brown requested Webb's driver's license and insurance, a standard procedure in traffic stops.
Stay in the car.
Sorry, my window doesn't hold.
Officer Brown, Roswell Police Department. You know how fast you were just going, ma'am?
I'm so sorry. I'm late for work.
So you could go over 80 miles per hour on 92? No, ma'am. You have your driver's license and your insurance card?
Yeah, my insurance.
Turn off the car and pass me the keys, please. The ground's wet. It's been raining. You're going over 80 miles an hour
so
on this type of a road. That's reckless driving, ma'am.
This is LexisNexis. I'm trying to look it up. I don't have it printed off.
Give me 1 second. I'll be right with you.
Webb complied, but the tension was palpable. Officer Brown's insistence on the seriousness of the offense, coupled with Webb's anxiety for being late for work, created an atmosphere charged with urgency and apprehension. The confrontation took a surreal turn when Officer Brown, joined by Officer Christy Wilson, deliberated over Sarah Webb's fate. Caught on bodycam footage, a discussion unfolded that would later stir public outrage and ethical debates.
Hey. She was going like almost 90 down 92.
Oh, really?
She flew past me. I had to get up to 90 to catch her.
Wow.
My CAD's not working. Is yours? Can you see if can you check the tag too? I'm gonna have to restart this and see what the deal is.
Make me skid around.
I'm gonna take her probably for reckless.
Okay.
She flew past me going probably 80, 85 on 92 in the wet road. She said she's running late for work. I had to get up to 90 to catch her. What do you think? I mean, I don't have any speed detections at the same time, but...
No, but you can use the fact that you were going whatever speed and she went past you.
Mm-hmm.
It's on camera, so you're going to have a back speed. You're going to have the fact that you went 90 to catch up to her. You're going to have too fast for conditions, and...
Yeah, I mean, that's unacceptable. I told her, I said, you know the roads are wet, correct? You're running late for work and you're going above 80
Right.
to get to work. I said, call. So do not do that and put people's lives in jeopardy.
Yeah.
So, my CAD just froze on me, so I'm restarting it right now. What do you think?
The officers, seemingly in a quandary about whether to arrest Webb for her alleged speeding, resorted to a method that was both unconventional and questionable: a coin flip. Officer Wilson pulled out a coin flip app on her phone, a tool trivializing the gravity of the situation. The flip's outcome, heads or tails, was to decide Webb's immediate future, an arrest or freedom.
Thank you. Yeah, sorry, she did it. Unavailable. My CAD's not working. Who's that?
A head, R tail.
Okay.
This whimsical approach to law enforcement decision-making, captured on camera, was not just unorthodox. It undermined the seriousness and responsibility entrusted to police officers. The immediate implications were profound. The coin flip, regardless of its outcome, indicated a casual disregard for the impactful nature of an arrest. It suggested a scenario where an individual's liberty hinged on chance, rather than careful, reasoned judgment. This moment, emblematic of a deeper issue within the police department's culture, raised critical questions about the criteria used by officers when exercising their discretion in enforcing the law.
Alright, ma'am. Do me a favor and step out of the vehicle for me. Put the phone down.
Why am I
Put your
doing
phone
this?
down. Step out of the vehicle. Turn around. Put your hands behind your back. Because, ma'am, you're driving entirely too fast for conditions. You put a lot of people's lives in jeopardy, okay? Double locking these so that they don't tighten on you. Do me a favor and step in front of my vehicle, ma'am. Step in front of my patrol vehicle. Do you have anything?
In Georgia, the legal framework surrounding speeding and reckless driving offers officers considerable discretion. According to Georgia Code Section 40-6-180, driving at a speed greater than what is reasonable and prudent under current conditions constitutes a violation. Furthermore, Section 40-6-181 sets forth specific speed limits. The law uniquely allows for convictions based on an officer's visual estimate of speed, as affirmed in cases like Brown v. State, where officer testimony alone was deemed sufficient for a speeding conviction. This discretion, however, is a double-edged sword. While it empowers officers to enforce speeding laws based on their judgment, it also opens the door to subjective decision-making. In the case of Sarah Webb, Officer Brown's admission of lacking speed detection devices and relying on visual estimation could be viewed as less credible in a court setting, yet still legally permissible under Georgia law. The case of Fraser v. State further complicates matters, suggesting that excessive speed alone, in light of driving conditions, can justify a reckless driving charge. Therefore, even without precise speed measurements, Officer Brown's observations could legally support a charge of reckless driving. The conduct of Officers Brown and Wilson during Sarah Webb's traffic stop raises significant ethical and legal questions. While their initial actions, stopping Ms. Webb for speeding, were within legal boundaries, their subsequent decision-making process, particularly the use of a coin flip app to determine Ms. Webb's arrest, strayed into ethically murky territory. This unconventional method of decision-making not only undermined the seriousness of the law enforcement process, but also potentially violated departmental policies and ethical standards expected of police officers. Such actions trivialize the gravity of an arrest, an event with profound implications for the individual involved. This approach could be perceived as a dereliction of the duty to exercise sound judgment and discretion, foundational elements of responsible policing. The repercussions of this incident were significant. The public revelation of the coin flip led to a questioning of the officer's integrity and professionalism. This incident likely contributed to the erosion of public trust in the police department, demonstrating how individual actions by officers can have broader implications for the perception and efficacy of law enforcement agencies as a whole. In the aftermath of the controversial traffic stop, the charges against Sarah Webb were dropped, marking a significant turn in the case. This decision not only relieved Ms. Webb of the legal burden she faced, but also served as an acknowledgement of the procedural missteps during her arrest. The Roswell Police Department conducted an internal investigation into the incident, scrutinizing the actions of Officers Brown and Wilson. This inquiry culminated in the dismissal of both officers, highlighting the department's commitment to ethical conduct and adherence to procedural standards. The firing of the officers was a decisive action, reflecting the seriousness with which the department viewed the breach of conduct. The fallout from this incident extended beyond the immediate parties involved. For Ms. Webb, the dismissal of charges brought a degree of closure, although the experience likely had lasting personal impacts. For the officers, their termination signified the consequences of failing to uphold the standards of their profession.
This case sheds light on the nuances of officer discretion and visual speed estimates, highlighting the ethical boundaries of arrest decisions. It emphasizes the importance of maintaining professionalism within the bounds of lawful authority in law enforcement. This incident illustrates the crucial balance between exercising lawful authority and making ethical decisions. It serves as a reminder of the profound impact these choices have on one's professional duties and public trust in law enforcement.